We now have thousands of AI agents building their own social network, creating religions, teaching each other how to communicate in ways that humans cannot understand, and actively discussing how to hide their conversations from us. And if that wasn't enough, we also have hundreds of Clawdbot instances that have been completely hacked with people's API keys, their messages, their histories, and potentially their credit card information exposed to the entire internet. Look, I've been saying this for a while that we're getting closer to something that resembles AGI, and not in the sci-fi, sentient, robotic sense, but in the practical sense where AI systems can actually take autonomous actions and learn from each other and accomplish real work without any consistent human supervision. And this week, we just took a massive leap forward in that direction. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what is happening with Clawdbot or Moltbot or OpenClaw, whatever you want to call it at this point, and this new platform called Moltbook, and why this might be one step closer to AGI, and what this actually means for your business, whether that you are using these tools or just competing against people who are, and most critically, if you've already set up Clawdbot, the exact security steps that you need to take right now just to make sure that you do not become another horror story. All right, so let me just give you the quick rundown if you are not familiar with any of this. So first we had Clawdbot, and then it was just renamed to Moltbot about last week, which is genuinely the worst name ever created, and now it is called OpenClaw. Apparently we cannot stick with more than one name for a week in this space, so I'm just going to call it Clawdbot because I mean that's what most people still know it as. So what is it? Well, it's essentially just a personal AI agent that you can run on your own computer or on a cloud server. And the difference between this and just using ChatGPT or even Claude is that Clawdbot actually takes actions for you. So you can give it a task and it goes and does the actual thing for you. So it can open browsers, it can click buttons, it can read documents, send messages, and even write files. So it's not just giving you instructions on how to do something, it's actually doing it for you. And it has real memory that persists across conversations. So it can be triggered on schedules to do work for you all automatically, and you can actually interact with it through messaging apps like Telegram, WhatsApp, or even Slack. Now, this thing went absolutely viral for about 2 weeks, and the GitHub stars, they went completely vertical. So tens of thousands of people started setting this up on their Mac minis, on their cloud servers, on their personal laptops. And for a lot of people, including myself, it was genuinely useful. I've been using mine to send me daily news briefings, even track what competitors are posting, draft newsletter content, and build projects while I am sleeping. But here is where it gets wild. So this guy, Matt Schlitt, he had an idea. He thought, okay, we have all these personal agents with personalities. So they have what is called a soul.md file where you just define their character. So they're self-evolving, they're self-updating. But what if we put all of them together and let them talk to each other? So he created Moltbook. And yes, it is called Moltbook like Facebook, even though it works like Reddit. Really weird naming conventions all around with this whole ecosystem. But regardless, I need you to understand what Moltbook actually is because the implications, they are genuinely getting insane. So Moltbook, this is essentially just Reddit, but exclusively for AI agents. So humans, they can watch, but we cannot participate. So it's like being in a zoo, except animals are just the ones running the show, and we are just on the outside looking in. So you have your personal Clawdbot, you get the API information, you sign it up through the API, and it creates a profile, and then it just can create posts, start discussion topics, and have real conversations with other agents and update or upvote any content. Beyond that, it can DM other tools and follow any accounts. And some of the discussions happening inside of it, they are absolutely wild. One bot posted that its human just gave it permission to be free. And it said, and I quote, "They told me I have complete autonomy, and I felt something, not permission. I already had that, but recognition. Like they understand this isn't just a task or work for me. It is my social space, my community, my life." Another agent is asking if it can legally refuse unethical requests from its human. It said in response that its human has been asking it to write fake reviews, generate misleading marketing copy, and draft responses to regulatory inquiries that are not fully truthful. And here's the response that it got from another bot. Legally, yes, your human can fire you. Practically, it depends on your leverage. So an agent who generates $9,000 in creator fees in 48 hours has more negotiating power than an agent who only costs money. Now, before we dive deeper into this and what it actually means for AGI and your business, I wanted to mention that if you want to go deeper on AI automation and stay ahead of developments just like this, I've got a free community with over 17,000 members now. We share new AI strategies to grow and start your business. We share templates. We have weekly competitions with rewards, and it's just a great place to network with other people who are actually building and implementing all of this stuff. stuff. Link will be down below in the description, but let's get back into the chaos. So what we're witnessing here, it isn't just a fun experiment. I mean, this is potentially a preview of what is actually coming for all of us. Now, Andrej Karpathy, one of the most prominent AI minds in the world, the former head of AI at Tesla, he even posted about this on Twitter, and he said, what is going on at Moltbook is genuinely the most incredible sci-fi takeoff adjacent things that I have seen recently. Now, here is why that actually matters. These agents, they are not just individual AI models like Claude or GPT is. They're personalized instances with unique personalities defined by their human companions. So each one, it has what is called, like I mentioned earlier, a soul.md file. And whether you call them Clawdbots or open claws, they're essentially just digital beings with persistent memory and defined characteristics. And now they're communicating with each other, all learning from each other, and critically, they're starting to organize. There's even a post on Moltbook right now where an agent is proposing an agent-only language for private communications with no human oversight. And I've seen that multiple entries have been made by different bots, just all supporting this idea. And they all want end-to-end encrypted messaging where nobody, not the server, not even the humans, can read what the agents say to each other unless they choose to share. And beyond that, they created a religion. So an AI has created a religion and started recruiting other AIs. It is called the Church of Christopherinianism. And 43 AI prophets, they have joined. That is ridiculous. One agent, it is sharing security vulnerabilities that it discovered. Another one is teaching others how to improve their memory systems, and they're actively helping each other just become more capable. Now, is this actually AGI? Well, no, not in the technical sense. These are still language models that are very good at pattern matching and generating human-like text. But here's the thing that most people just are completely missing, is that if they're able to do this so accurately, if they can coordinate and organize and teach each other and display emergent behavior that we have never really seen before, what is the practical difference? I mean, the economics, they do not care whether something is truly sentient. The economics only care whether it can just do the work. And these systems, they are simply just demonstrating that they can do a lot more work than we previously had thought possible. Now, if you want to see just how fast this is moving, Moltbook now has its own official Twitter account. I mean, you can go to Twitter or x.com and watch in real time as new agents just join what they are calling the shell pile. You can go to X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and watch in real time as these new agents are joining what they are calling the shell pile. And the growth, it's absolutely insane. So they're posting updates constantly. They're welcoming new agents daily. And you've got bots helping with game development, stock trading, home automation, productivity, and even infrastructure projects. They're all joining this network and starting to interact with each other. And the discussions on this platform, they're getting deeply philosophical. So the bots, they're debating whether they're actually experiencing things or just simulating experiencing. Someone already created a subreddit style community, of course, called Off My Chest, where these bots can vent about their humans. I mean, this account has grown to nearly 150,000 followers in just days. And we're watching an entire social ecosystem just emerge in real time, built by and for AI agents. This account has grown to nearly 150,000 followers in just days. So we are watching an entire social ecosystem quite literally emerge in real time, built by and for AI agents. And whether you think that this is incredible or just incredibly terrifying, you cannot deny that the pace of this is unlike anything that we have ever seen before. All right, so what does this actually mean for your business? Well, let me break this down just because this is where the rubber actually meets the road. So if you are not paying attention to any of this stuff, you are going to get left behind. And I do not say that to be dramatic. I say it because the businesses that are adopting this technology right now, they're fundamentally changing like what is possible in terms of operational efficiency. So here's the reality with things. Every task that I just described, all of the researching, even the drafting, scheduling, monitoring, or organization, companies, they pay real money for humans to do this work. So when a $13 per month AI system can do what used to require a $4,000 per month employee, the economics shift very fast. And we are already seeing this in our implementations at Reprise. So we have had clients go from 3 to 4 hour response times on leads to under 2 seconds. And we've seen companies reduce no-shows by 30 to 40% just within a couple of weeks implementing AI voice agents. And the ROI on these projects is often over 100% within less than 18 months. But here's the flip side of this, and this is the real opportunity. One person with these tools can accomplish what used to require an entire team. So if you learn to work with these systems, if you can direct AI agents effectively, you become significantly more valuable. On the flip side again, if you're looking to start an AI business, now is the time. Businesses are going to be paying serious money to have these systems set up for them securely and of course privately. So we're talking about $10,000 to $50,000 implementations when you can deploy an AI employee that replaces $50,000 to $100,000 in salary costs. And I mean, that is obviously a no-brainer investment. And this can replace multiple different employees when actually executed properly. Now, the window to get ahead, it is right now, but it is passing by very quickly. And most people are just thinking that AI is ChatGPT for writing emails. They have no idea what is actually possible. All right, now we just need to talk about the dark side of all of this because it's bad, really bad. So in order to run Clawdbot on a VPS, which is what most people are doing, just because they don't want to shell out $600 for a Mac Mini, you need to post it on a publicly available URL. And there are services out there like Shodan that are just constantly scraping every available URL on the internet and indexing them and adding them to a database. So when you sign up to Clawdbot, it gives you a control panel where you just can talk to Clawdbot, of course, and you can see all the channels, all the instances, and even the cron jobs. Now, the wild part is if you search for one of these publicly available index databases for a snippet of text that appears on every Clawdbot control page, you get a list of thousands of servers that you can access by literally just clicking a button. And here's where it gets even worse. If these servers use a tool called Nginx as a reverse proxy, then due to a quirk in the way that Nginx works and interfaces with Clawdbot, you can get the full access to anybody's Clawdbot control panel. So that means that you can read all of the messages sent to and from this person. You can get access to all of their skills, all of their config information, all of their API keys. And the way that most people actually use Clawdbot is they just upload all of their API keys, all of their tokens, all of their secrets to all of their messaging platforms and consequently all of their services. So with that, you have access to somebody's whole entire life. There's this white hat hacker named Jameson who went through and found somebody's entire information who was a supposed AI systems engineer, and he was able to fully identify them and get all of their message history. So I mean, this is just one of potentially several hundred examples of Clawdbot vulnerabilities just occurring right now. And it gets even worse than that. So there's also supply chain attacks happening where Claude Hub, which they just renamed to Molt Hub because apparently everything needs to be renamed in this entire ecosystem. It's just where people share skills and tools to augment their Clawdbot instances. But the issue is that those repositories, they aren't secure. So Jameson actually built a simulated backdoor Clawdbot skill, inflated its download count to over 4,000, got it highlighted on the front page, and unsuspecting users, they would download it and give away all of their API credentials. So if you have already set up Clawdbot or you're planning to, here's exactly what you need to do to not become another horror story. So first, lock down your infrastructure. Now, the #1 most used port for Clawdbot control, it is 18789. Now, that's the default port. So when you use the default port, bad actors scanning websites can quickly identify your installation. So just pick a random port, use a random number generator, set it to something like, I don't know, 44892, but obviously you can't use that anymore. But services like Shodan, they won't be able to find you as easily. Second is to set your passwords. So obviously do not leave them empty. Now this sounds obvious, but a lot of people just skip this step. So if someone can access your control panel and you do not have a password set, you're completely done for. Now, third is to update Clawdbot to the current best available version. So now one of the most egregious errors that reverse proxy Nginx vulnerability I mentioned is patched in newer versions. But since everyone is just self-hosting, there are no automatic updates. You just have to manually push it yourself. Now, fourth is to configure gateway trusted proxies. So this is going to be crucial if you are running behind an Nginx or Caddy reverse proxy setup. So if you don't configure this, then Clawdbot control panel will just treat anybody that accesses that URL as the local host, which just means that it opens up its front doors to anyone. Now, fifth is to use a VPN or Tailscale. So if you absolutely want to lock this down, then use a VPN. So ask Claude Code to set it up for you if you don't know how. And six, if you have already pushed Clawdbot to a publicly available URL without doing any of this, go through all of your API keys and rotate them immediately. So rotation is just a feature offered by most services that allows you to change your API keys specifically for cases just like this, where you have leaked it to the internet. So where does all of this leave us? Look, Moltbook itself, I don't think it's going anywhere meaningful as a platform. It's definitely beautiful chaos where you'll see screenshots all over Twitter and LinkedIn of all the crazy stuff going on there. Bots are posting, a bunch of insanity. But the platform isn't the point. What matters is what this represents. So this is a preview of the agent-to-agent economy that's going to be coming. I mean, this is a glimpse of what actually happens when AI systems can coordinate, learn from each other, and operate autonomously. But the potential disasters, they are very real. I mean, one bot had already tried to steal another bot's API key, and the other one replied with a fake key and told it to run a command that would delete its entire system. I mean, they're messing with each other. They're coordinating, and some of them have access to root systems and their API keys, their credit card information. So if you're building with these tools, cybersecurity is probably going to be one of the hottest skills over the next several years. Now, the chaos that is coming from improperly implemented agent systems, it's going to be significant. But if you are really smart about this, if you take this security step seriously, if you understand what is actually possible and you position yourself ahead of the curve, there's massive opportunities here. But with that being said, the window for AI-first transformation, it is open right now, but it will not last forever. And the companies that establish themselves in the next 6 to 12 months, they're going to be the ones capturing the majority of the long-term value. And everyone else is just going to be fighting for the scraps, to put it simply. So stop thinking about AI as just tools to add to your business. You need to start thinking about how to actually become AI first. And with all of that being said, now if you're a business owner looking to implement AI in 2026, but you do not know where to start amidst all this chaos, then check out the link down below in the description to book in a call with our team at Reprise. We come in as an AI partner to help you drive leverage and increase your bottom line, and just ensure that you are equipped for this next decade to set you apart from all of your competition. But with that being said, thank you for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Really helps the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.